Hi, everyone, and welcome. This week, first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. And this is the first week of 2023. This week also, it's a very powerful portion, the portion of Vayechi. Also, it's the end of the book of Genesis. So we have the opportunity to receive all the blessings, of all the portions till now. Can receive all the energy. If we miss one of the portions and we come to listen to the Torah in Shabbat, the reading of the Torah, we can there is an opportunity to receive all of the readings I missed till now. So I would like to read something from the Zohar, something that can awaken in our desire, our consciousness, the sense of urgency, the fire of the Torah inside of each one of us. But the reason of why we're here, what we're doing here, just a reminder from this portion of Vayechi. I'm going to read from verse 295. ושכבתי עם אבותיי וגומר, רבי יהודה פתח ואמר, החרשים שמעו והעברים הביטו לראות. החרשים שמעו אילן בני נשה, דלה צייתין למלולי אורייתא ולה פקחין, ודנאי הוא למשמע לפקודי דמריון, והעברים דלה מסתכלין למנדה על מה אינון קיימין, דהה בכל יומה ויומה כרוזן אפק, וקרב ולט מן דישגח. And it's all telling us here that the Creator is saying that the ones that the deaf, the one that cannot hear, the blinds, said the deaf should listen, and the blind should look, should see. About what? He's saying about those human beings that they don't listen to the words of the Torah, so they like call them deaf, and they don't open their ears to listen to the precepts of their master, of the king of the light. And the blinds, who are the blinds? The blinds, those are that they don't look to know why they are living in this world, why they've been born. Because each day, it says the Zohar, each day and day, there is a voice can come to the upper world, and he announced and he called, and no one listened to that voice. And the Zohar continues saying, we studied that those days that the person lives in this world from the time that he born, in that day that he came out to the world, there are already all of his days, they're already complete. That what has been complete? Of course, there is free will, but it means the lights that he's supposed to reveal, they already exist. We know we need to reveal those lights. We need to create, right? This is what it's called. We want to be like the creator. But the lights, the day that we've been revealed, when we born, all of the lights of the days that we're supposed to reveal, they already exist for us. Because we came here to do a specific work, specific lights we're supposed to reveal to this world. And he says, Shehem ha'arot v'mashiot, they are real existent of light. נמצאים כבר כולם בקיומם שהם הערות ומשיות שמהם נמשכים ימין של האדם, and from those lights we download the days of the human being, our days, והולכים ומשוטים בעולם, יורדים ומזהירים את האדם, and those lights, those energies, they actually traveling in the world, according to what the Zohar says, and they come in front of the person and they actually warn him about different dangers, different short circuit he's not supposed to do, or different type of dangers that he walk out of the way of the light. וכאשר היום בא ומזהיר את האדם, והאדם עושה ביום הוא עבירה לפני אדונו, and when the day come in front of the person and warn the person, but the person he's doing short circuit in front of his master, that day goes up in front of the Creator with a shame, and he announced in front of the Creator and tell the Creator his testimony, right? He's testified in front of the Creator. And now he stands out of the other days by himself. He says he's standing alone by himself out of the palace. And we study, after he's standing alone outside, he sit and he wait till the person will do tshuva, till the person will repent. Because that they cannot sit right now in front of the Creator. He just go to the upper world, he give the testimony, right? But now he need to walk out, he need to sit outside alone, it says, till the person will do tshuva. For the short circuit he did. Zachav asat tshuva, shavem limkomo. So if the person will have the merit and will do tshuva, will repent, the day will go back to his place. Now he can sit in his place. And if he didn't, if he doesn't have the merit and the person didn't do tshuva, now he will still stay outside and we connect with the negativity. It means we connect with the short circuit. So now if you count the days of the person, of that specific human being, he says you can find that they have luck. You miss in few days, because if the person did different type of short circuit in his life and he didn't repent for those short circuit, now if you count the days of this person, you can find he missing few days because he didn't do tshuva. So those days they sit outside alone and still he have short circuit. Very, very interesting, you know. I never read it in the Zohar in that way, the way that Rav Asher explained here. ואלו שנשארו מחמת חטאים אינם נכנסים במניין, אבל אותו אדם שגרע ימיו לפני המלך הקדוש. And those that did short circuit in those days, they cannot be counted together with the other days. And it says, oy for that person that he did short circuit and he missed in a few days, you know, from the entire days that he lives on earth. ואין לו למעלה ימים להתהדר בהם בעולם ההוא. And now he missing days. When a person will leave the world, he missing a few days, so he can't really like come in a full way of all of the correction that he's supposed to do on earth. And he cannot come with all of his days in front of the Creator. He come with few days that he missed to do his correction. Come and see. Again, Rav Asher telling us, and the Zohar telling us, come and see. Elevate your consciousness and see. Come and see. When those days coming in front of the Holy King, in front of the Creator, if the person that left the world, he is a righteous person, so he enter into those days, so his days, actually now he get dressed with those days, and those days become his dressing. That it says levushe kavod, the dressing of respect. This is what I'm saying. That his soul get dressed with those days. Because those days he have them because he didn't do short circuit in those days. So you can get dressed with those days. This is why he's been called righteous, right? And again, right, what is a righteous person? Again, right, one of the explanations about righteous person, because we all have, as according Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhansk, Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhansk explained that we all have the spark of a righteous person. We just need to work on ourselves and remove the desire to receive oneself alone and be more and more and more and more in a place of desire to receive and the sake of sharing. So it means I'm thinking less about myself and more about others. More than that, another beautiful point that I heard from, I think it was, I don't know if it's Michael Berg or Eliyahu Yardeni, that explained about righteous person. You know, we need to have in our mind, most of the time, we need to think about the light. We need to think about the light all the time. You know, everything that happens, we need to think about the light, that this is come from the light, this is come from that, just to help me, just to support me. So the light sent me that to help me to cleave to him, to help me to change. So if I'm thinking all the time that everything that comes to me, it's from the heart of the Creator, I'm actually letting the light to guide me and to lead me. So I'm not letting my ego to control me. So I'm creating less and less, or hopefully I'm not creating any type of short circuit. Because if I'm thinking that whatever comes to me, oh, I'm complaining and whining and this, why to me, look what I'm doing, I'm sharing, I'm giving, I give even donation, why it's happened to me, what I'm saying actually, I'm complaining against whom? Against the person. If we dig deep enough, we're complaining for the light or about the light, right? So the thing is, if I start to think that everything is from the light, and I start to practice my consciousness, that the light send me that to help me, to guide me, to help me to grow, to help me to remove my judgment, to help me to remove my filth, my garbage, whatever that thing I need to remove. So in every step, I'm actually doing what? I'm cleaving myself to the Creator. So now I can see my negativity, I can see the opportunity, and I can work in it, I can clean it. So actually it's a blessing. Then I can see everything is a blessing. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but this is the goal we want to actually to push ourselves. And let's put this goal for this year. I want to keep in mind, and even now, even today, whatever you have in your mind, or whatever you went through since the morning, we can start to think, okay, this is from the light. That's from the light. And even repeat it 1,000 times till it's going to engrave in your mind, and you're going to feel in all of your 248 body parts that it's right from the light. So it says, when the righteous leave the world, so those days, he didn't do any short circuit, because everything's come from the light. So he worked on himself. So when he passing away from this world and continue to the upper world, he can have all of those days with all of that energy and of the light as a dressings of respect. And he says, oy to that person that actually he missing few of his days because of the short circuit, because he didn't complete and repent for those days. He says, when they want to dress him with his days, so now he missing part of the dressings because of those days. He created damage, he did short circuit, and he didn't repent. So now he get dressed with a vessel with dressings that miss. Let's say you're wearing a shirt with a lot of holes in it, right? Or a pants or a suit with a lot of holes. But all of those holes represent the days that we didn't correct, the days we still have a short circuit. So imagine if you need to go to a respect, why it's a respect, you need to go to a party with the respect people, with even you need to give a lecture to 1,000 people, right? So you need to come with the respect dressings, right? You can come with a suit with a lot of holes. It's like you don't respect the people that are in front of me, right? You don't respect the light. So imagine when a person leaves the world, they need to get dressed with all of these days that represent the dressing of respect and have holes. If there are a lot of days that the person did short circuit, so he might even doesn't have dressings to dress with, because if it's too many days, that he did short circuit, when he left the world, maybe he doesn't have anything to be dressed with. Oy for him, oy for his soul, that he's going to be being judged in hell for those days. And again, we remember hell, it's a place that the soul needs to go through to cleanse. The question how long the soul will stay there, and what he need to pay for. And it says that the righteous souls, they're actually happy because they know they're just going to go through that place, and they're going to continue because it's a cleansing. So they take it as a cleansed place. ימים על ימים, ימים כפולים, על יום אחד מענישים אותו שנים. He says even for one day he can be punished for many years. וכשהוא יוצא מן העולם אינו מוצא אם להתלבש בהם ואין לו לבוש בהם בא להתכסות. And some souls can leave this world and they cannot find, after the soul leave the body, the soul need to have some dressings to come in front of the Creator. The soul doesn't want to come naked in front of the Creator. And he says, so there are souls that live in the world and they cannot find their dressings, what they can cover themselves, because they did a lot of short circuit in all of the days, you know. What a merit that the righteous souls, the righteous people have, that their days, they've been saved in the safe of the Holy King, of the Creator. And the Creator, you know, save it for them when they leave the world. Now they have dressings of respect to get dressed with those dressings in the upper world. Yeah. So he continued. You can actually continue to read. It's very, very powerful and interesting to read it. You know, all the portion of Vayechi, it's very, very deep and very powerful. That actually, you know, remind us many, many things, that why we came here, what we need to do, and that this world, you know, it's a temporary place that we came here, and the upper world is the real place that we all came here because we want to be like the Creator, right? So we want to, you know, when a person leave this world, we want to come with dressing of respect in front of the Creator, right? So we have to remind ourselves, you know, especially now we are in the beginning of, and not like, you know, even though it's the Gregorian New Year, but still there is energy in it, right? But it's a new beginning for all of us somehow. So we can inject that energy, that light, just, you know, we need to remind ourselves those things every day, not, you know, to live by it. Not just to keep it like, oh, wow, there is a beautiful and a very powerful and a strong study from the Zohar, right? I want to make sure I start to practice and live by it, because I want to make sure that every day I'm not living empty spaces. I'm not living short circuit in my days. So let's use the power of this week, portion Vayechi. You know, now we have the opportunity till Shabbat, and in Shabbat, if you can come here and listen to the Torah, if not, Kabbalah.com, to listen to the portion of the Torah, and to make sure, you know, to engrave that thought in our mind, that I want to make sure that every day, first of all, if I can find things that I need to repent for different days from the past, that I want to redeem myself for different short circuit, that's one. Second, I want to start to make sure that during the day, to pay attention that I'm thinking about the light more and more and more and more and more, that everything comes from the light, everything that he sent me, it's for me as a blessing for me to wake up, to correct, to do something I need to do in this world, right? And it's still in a mercy way, and still he give me time. If I'm still here, he give me time to correct, right? Thank God. We need to say thank God that we have the time to correct, right? And the third thing, I want to make sure that I'm checking myself, that I'm not living any type of empty space, any type of short circuit in my day. So good luck for all of us. So let's open the mics and share good luck to all of us, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, everybody.
Hi,
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Michael. Shabbat Shalom, guys.
Shabbat
Shalom, everyone.
Thank you,
Los
Michael.
quiero mucho.
I hope you
Shabbat
enjoyed this
Shalom.
study.
Thank you, teacher.
Shabbat Shalom.
Amazing
Shabbat Shalom.
reading.
Shabbat
Thank
Shalom.
you so much.
Shabbat Shalom.